On this channel, it's about keeping it real, everyday issues. Let's see what we can get into today. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I know it's been a while. I've been really busy with work and just haven't had the chance to really bust some videos out. I'm currently wearing my United States Marine Corps hat. I'm wearing my U.S. Marine Corps shirt. It's just, I love wearing it. I support the Marine Corps. I think the United States Marine Corps, they're just awesome. I just love them. You know, today's video, I wanted first of all, I have to say to all my new subscribers, thank you so much. It means the world to me. You know, I've had to kind of sit back a little bit and try and think, okay, I need to maybe start doing things a little bit differently with the channel. I have close to 1 million views on my channel, which I know the views don't really mean a whole lot, but to me it means everything. I'm trying to hit that 10,000 subscriber mark. That kind of puts me in a whole different kind of category. So it's slow, but you know, it continues to grow. But as far as my channel itself, guys, it just doesn't seem like people are really hitting on my videos. And when you're seeing that, you know, it's kind of sets you back. You know, it sets you back, and I get it, man. Not all my videos are interesting to people, and people are like, you know what, this guy's a bozo. I wasn't born to do videos. It was something that I got involved with over a year ago. It all started out whenever I was driving over the road. I started out with doing videos with Open Highway, realized that wasn't working. People really didn't care about that, so I thought, well, been to the Philippines a couple of times. I got footage of the Philippines. Let me go that route. So it seemed to have picked up a bit on that. The other thing too is I have videos on my channel that I don't have rights to, like 9/11. I talk about 9/11, but I don't have the right for gaining any kind of you know, rewards from that. Let's just say I have one video where it is the voices on Flight 93, and basically these supposedly are the people that were on the plane calling home to their loved ones. And I have almost 500,000 views on that video. I get no rewards for that because it's not my material, but that's okay. So I had to kind of sit back a little bit and think, you know, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to be upfront, I'm going to be honest with you. I have about 97% of people that are viewing my channel are unsubscribed. Okay? I have about 2 to 3% of people that are subscribed that are actually looking at my videos. So when I put these videos out and I see that I have a very small amount of views on my videos and no comments, that's kind of sets you back, and you're thinking, okay, this isn't working. You have to try to think of something different. So we're going to try something different today. Today I want to keep the topic on the Philippines because I love the Philippines. So therefore, I wanted to talk a little bit about the things that are taking place in the Philippines that have been taking place for a very long time, and things that may be taking place now. You know, the things that happen in the Philippines are the same thing that happens here in the United States. The things that happen here in the United States, it is a global thing. So it's not like it's something new. Corruption. I know. It's disgusting, Bill. Corruption is like number one. You have on a federal, federal, state, local government. It's all corrupt, no matter what. It's corrupt here, corrupt in the Philippines, corrupt around the world. Um, but in the Philippines, it just doesn't, in my opinion, it don't really seem like the government is doing enough for the people to make these changes. Now, listen, guys, we're in 2018, and I would think that the government would be trying to make things a lot different in the Philippines. You have a lot of tourism coming into the Philippines. I mean, people love the Philippines. They love going there. It's a beautiful country, beautiful people. I have a lot of people that have traveled into the Philippines, and the number one thing that I was told was the people. Okay, just how genuine and how loving and how very nice the people are. And I agree 100%. And you also have the beauty of the country, the different islands and what have you. But for me, yes, it's nice to see these, different islands, these beaches, what have you. It's absolutely stunning. But it's really the people. The people are what makes that country. I don't know. I would think that maybe the government would try to do a lot more. There you go. I know. So a lot of people have said to me, "Why don't you go to places like Cebu and go to a lot of these nicer areas, to where you don't have such filth and garbage, like Manila, the capital of the Philippines." Well, let me tell you something. I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with the fact that there's tons of garbage. Okay, and that part disturbs me only because, it's the people. The people are the ones putting it there. I have watched a video where a gentleman, basically, this was during the flood, through you guys getting a lot of the tropical storms and what have you going through, and there was a gentleman taking bags of garbage and just throwing them out his door into the water. And then he would take a stick and he would push them further down so that, I didn't put it there. That's the problem. It starts with the people. The people are the ones that have to make the change. You have to be the ones to say enough is enough. Okay? There has to be change when it comes to the filth, the garbage. I mean, literally, guys, when you have people walking over garbage to get to their homes, there's something wrong with that. It's not healthy. It's not safe. Therefore, you are prone to having rats, snakes, all kinds of stuff, and disease. So I'm really hoping, if anything, that part of it really changes. A little experience for me. I cried like a little baby. I was out for the day with my wife. My wife had taken me out for the day, and we were doing so many different things that day. And it was getting close to the end of the day, and we were walking back to the condo where we were staying. And it really affected me when I seen people literally digging through a pile of garbage. Okay, digging through a pile of garbage. That really hit bottom with me. I can remember going back to the condo, and that later on that evening when I laid my head down to try to rest, I just bawled like a baby because I'm not used to seeing that here, see? And I see just how bad it really is for people. Just how really bad it is. And that really hit me hard. I mean, you have beggars. When I'm in the Philippines, yeah, you got people coming up to you all the time wanting money. They want, throw me some peso, throw me, I need to eat, or especially the children. The children come up and they're tagging on, they're tugging on your shirt, and one of the things my wife had explained to me was, you don't want to give in to that. You don't want to give in to the kids, because a lot of times you may have parents that are training their kids to do these things. They're trained to, when you see a foreigner, hit him hard and just beg the crap out of this man or woman to give you money. That was one of the experiences that I had. Still, once again, it hits hard because here you don't have kids running up to you begging you for money. So you have the corruption, you have the garbage, and you have the state of the people. The people can't find work. People have relocated from different parts of the Philippines to come to Manila to find work. They're not finding work. So now Manila is so overpopulated with people, and the people don't have the money to get back to where they were. It's really something, honestly. One of the things, there's a couple of things that I'm doing this year. I explained to my wife that, and I'm not saying this to boast or anything, because I don't like to boast on things. I like to just do things out of love and care. But this year, going to the Philippines for Christmas, my goal is to take a couple $100 of my money, and I want to hand out 1,000 pesos to certain people that I think are in dire need. Now, when I say that, I'm just saying it's going to be like a random thing, but that's one of the things that I wanted to do. The other thing that I wanted to do is to pick a certain family that tries hard. They try hard, and I basically are going through people that know these other people, and I want to supply them with a nice supply of food. Guys, listen, man. Listen to me. The Philippines is an amazing country. I have learned so much from this country. I even get choked up talking about it. But when you see people that have literally nothing, they have nothing to go on, and they still can smile at you and greet you with such kindness, it says a lot. It says a lot. I live, unfortunately, I say unfortunately because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like the way that my country is being run. I don't like the way that people have turned out, and it's getting worse. Here, we live in a materialized world, okay? Our society is so materialized, and you have a lot of angry people here. You have a lot of angry people that, they don't know which way to turn. They don't know, they're going through their own struggles, basically. And it's a different kind of struggle. I work with a gentleman. I'm not going to disclose who he is, but I work with a gentleman that has tried to commit suicide 14 times because he didn't feel that his life was worth anything. His life was not worth anything. And, with talking with him and trying to better understand that, how can somebody get to that point to where they don't feel that their life is worth anything? And unfortunately, we have a pretty high rate of suicide here. It just seems in the Philippines, it seems that everybody is just so genuine, and it is the way they were brought up, and you respect your elders and you respect one another, and you don't. No, I'm not saying you don't have bad, because you do have still bad. Um, my wife has always said to me, she said, I want you to be very careful when we go to the Philippines. Now, Manila is considered to be a very safe place, but you know, with the kind of work that I do, I have a certain kind of a training background for self-defense and things like that. You may not think that, but it's the truth. I do have some self-defense in me, that if I really, really needed to, I would be able to protect myself. May not be pretty, but it is what it is. I mean, so when I'm in the Philippines, I always have eyes in the back of my head. I'm always being very cautious with who's around me, who's following me. It's kind of like the secret agent, you know what I mean? It's kind of like having the special agents that follow the president. But I know people say, get that out of your lip. I mean, it's so disgusting. Well, you know what? There's a lot of things that are disgusting. But, you know, I want to be able to retire in the Philippines, but it's kind of changing now, only because my mother-in-law had shared a story with my wife and I here just very recently, and she said that there was somebody that needed an ambulance, and they were told that they didn't have any gas. There was another time people needed an ambulance, and they said they didn't have a driver. And then there was a third time where an ambulance was called, and they said that the driver was drunk. It's that sort of thing that really kind of, I don't know, gets you thinking a little bit. I've had a dear family member that unfortunately had died because when an ambulance was called upon, the ambulance never showed up. So it was taken into their own hands, and they tried to transport our loved one by a tricycle. And our loved one had passed right in front of the hospital. He did not survive. So, there's certain things there that, it's, if anything, you feel for the people because they don't have the, they don't have a good system in place. The other thing, like I said, the population, the people, the traffic is what is the headache. And there's parts around the world where if there's an emergency vehicle, everybody knows instantly to move to the sides, get out of the way. It's an instant thing. Here in the United States, if there is an emergency vehicle approaching with their lights on, their sirens on, you must pull off the roadway. You have to pull off the roadway. Now, I have seen that in the Philippines where people were pulling over, but it's so overpopulated. So, moving on. The other thing was unemployment and the housing. Lack of affordable housing and job hotspots, lack of job hotspots in rural areas resulting and rural to urban migration, thus causing overpopulated in cities. And that's what I was saying, that people were moving into Manila thinking, well, we have a better chance of finding work here, when that's not the case. They find out that they're not finding work, therefore they stay in Manila, and there is an overpopulated city now. There's a lack of reliable, affordable, and quality social services. Healthcare remains explosive are expensive. Public schools, you have overpopulated schools. The quality of the education leaves much to be wanted. Mass transport remains shitty, and that's just how they have it here. It is shitty, and yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, so you have the trash problem. You have lack of garbage bins, lazy people to properly throw their trash. That's a problem. It's like they say, monkey see, monkey do. You see one doing it, another one's going to do it, and it's a domino effect. Lack of discipline. So you have, back to the corruption, you have corruption in government officials, the police, the judicial, poverty, lack of support and opportunities in rural areas, traffic, there's too many vehicles. Let's see what else we got here. They're talking here problems caused by colonial mentality, because our real selves have faded into obscurity. We cling to the images of other countries, sometimes romanticized by distance and distaste for our own. Now, it's my understanding the Philippines is trying to be more westernized, because when I go to the Philippines, I see a lot of the department store, a lot of the stores, shopping malls have a lot of the stores that we have here in the United States. There's nothing wrong with that. There's just so much, guys. You know, where am I going with this whole thing? For me, the problem that the Philippines had is the people's belief. You got the modern systems, good infrastructure, nice tourist spots, nice people. The Philippines, and although they're putting up all these new buildings, and that's a good thing to see, still, you have so many people that need work. I don't understand why work is not being provided for the people. When you literally have a city that is loaded with garbage, the government should be putting into place, we will hire so many people to get out there, and let's remove the garbage from the streets, and let's remove garbage from the waters. Let's clean up. And let's put a system in place. Here, if you're caught throwing garbage somewhere, you get fined for that. If you even so much as throw a piece of paper out your car window driving down the road, it could be a $250 to $300 fine. Although you still have people here that abuse the system. People do get rid of their garbage in areas that they shouldn't. I know. But these are areas that people recognize that, and it gets taken care of right away. It's not like garbage just sits there. It gets recognized, and they put warning signs up that if you're caught loitering, there's an extensive fine, possibly even imprisonment for that. Well, ain't that something? I just received a phone call for a federal student loan that I don't have. Okay. Anyways, The whole purpose of this video, guys, is just touching on, um, this is a country that I have visited many times. I'm headed back in December. I love everything about the Philippines. I love the people. I just really wished that the government would do more for the people. The people deserve that. You are such wonderful people, and you deserve to have so much more than what is being given. And it shouldn't be a struggle every day. You should not have to struggle every single day of your life. I have literally seen families where they don't even so much as have a small bundle of rice. They may have one small can of sardines, and you have to distribute that throughout your whole family. That is your meal for the day. There's something wrong with that, guys. God has produced enough food around the world for everybody to have food in their stomachs. Nobody should be starving. Nobody should be struggling to eat. It is a problem. It is the corruption. Corruption is what has taken over the world, and it will continue. It continues to take over. And we see everybody deals with the corruption in their life every single day, no matter where you live. And this is why you have so many people that are just not in the right mental state of mind anymore. People just are not in the right state of mind. People don't feel that, listen, you can only do so much. Here in the United States, you can work 3 or 4 jobs if you can handle that. But the reality of it is, like I was talking to my wife about this. Yeah, we have so much more opportunity here, but the problem is, we live in such a fast-paced lifestyle where it's work. You're constantly working, okay? And you have very little time for play. Very little time. And you have to basically work your butt off just to live, to survive. You have people here that are retired, that may have a small retirement that the government says, this is what we are giving you to live on for the rest of your life. And these people that were looking so forward to retirement that I don't have to get up at 6 in the morning anymore and rush out the door to go to work. Even though I miss it, I'm retired now. I want to enjoy the rest of my life. And they can't, because they can't pay their bills. They don't have enough income coming in to pay their bills. So therefore, they are, once again, forced to have to go to work part-time jobs to try to make ends meet. We have a dear old friend. She is the dearest, sweetest lady that I have ever met. And she was with me from the very beginning when I first started talking to my wife, Ernita. She was with me from the very beginning, telling me, honey, everything's going to be fine. You and her will be together. It's happening. It's going to happen. Just trust in God and know that you two are going to be together. And it did happen. Here's a woman that's 79 years old. But because she can't survive on just her retirement pension or her Social Security, so-called, she's forced to still have to work almost every day of her life. Why? Well, because here, prices continue to keep going up. Just like it's happening in the Philippines right now. The prices are going up on things. It's becoming and getting more and more difficult for people to try to put a little food in their stomach. It's really sad. It really is. So, just wanted to touch a little bit on these touchy subjects. Philippines, I love everything about you. No matter what, you're still wonderful, awesome, loving people, and you are number one to me. And you know, despite whatever hardships your family may be going through, um, you still find a way to put smiles on each other's faces and just enjoy your life. That's what I love about it. So that's pretty much all I got, guys. I just wanted to rant a little bit on that certain topics. There's so many other things. There's so many other things that, you know, you can touch on, but, you know, it has to be the ones sitting in their height chairs. And I say height chairs because that's exactly what they are. You know, you have the government officials that see exactly how things are, but they're not really doing anything to change it, just as long as it doesn't affect them or their families. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm asking for you guys to subscribe, to hit the like button, and shoot me a comment, you know, on anything that, you know, if you want to leave a comment on any of these topics. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace out.